what I've learned about my life? It's that I could have 3 weeks to prepare and I'll still be 5 minutes late. But either way, we got the LR4 loaded up on our way to Ted's. You know, we're just traveling a couple thousand miles away. Why not make sure it drives right before it loads onto the trailer? I'm guessing that we made it to the right place. Welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch. After a 15.5-hour drive, just a shade over 1,000 miles, we made it down to Alabama for the Gulf Area Rover Romp. It is quite the different terrain down here compared to Iowa. We got some more red dirt, but this time, unlike Minnesota, the dirt is just dirt. It's not full of rust. But we're gonna be playing at the Grand River Motorsports Park. But before that, we need to go unload and set up camp. And hopefully it's a fun weekend with Rovers. Here's how big a newbie camper I am. It's still in the box. Normally have the LR4, which I camp in or on. This will be my first time camping on the ground since I was like 12. Ted's just doing old Land Rover things to start off the morning. Reset. So it's morning on day 2. I guess I would consider it more day 1. Yesterday we rolled in after the 15-hour, 1,000-mile drive and just got checked in and set up our little camp here. Ted's got the power wagon. I got my little pup tent, but the series is started up. Why not make a 15-hour drive to make the first drive in a 1966 Land Rover? A tiny bit of dust out here. It helps to not be in the last vehicle in our little caravan. So we just started the scavenger hunt, which is a fun little way to get out and travel around the park, see some stuff you probably wouldn't have saw if you weren't looking for it. So for the scavenger hunt, they give you a little sheet that has 12 places to find. Car wash, we found that one. That was fairly simple because it's a car wash. The rest of them on here, I'm not from Alabama, haven't been to Grand River Motorsports Park, so I don't know the names of a lot of this stuff, so it'll be a little more challenging. But when you get there, there's this little tag stuck somewhere. Some are harder than others to find. This one's a little more out in the open, but we're gonna show you this one. It is a question, and you mark your answer on the sheet, and this one pertains to us because it is about the best Land Rover ever made, the Freelander SE3. But what is the Freelander affectionately called? If you guys know, comment down below. I'll let you know if you were right after I find out if I was right, but I have an idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a good idea. Wish mine was yellow. And I think there is another one right up here. At least it looks like that is an orange tractor, and that is some tires. Ted just frolicking through the fields. One of these is a tractor. The other is an Alice Chalmers. This is almost like a Minnesota water crossing. So, you know, we're just doing some vapor lock things. Fuel got a tad bit hot. Not quite feeding. Not a terrible place to hang out, though. And we are back in business. Just purring away now. One of them is hut stand at the Y. We're at a Y. See, that one was a tad better hidden. You know that one? Pretty sure we're not in the right spot, but we're still looking for more of the scavenger hunt. As it turns out, I wouldn't quite make it in the Rebel Rally like Liza and Jenna. I'd lose. Orienteering, not a good skill of mine. We were already here today. So we've been after this one for a minute. We finally found it. We're at a dead end. That's a cedar tree. Looks dead, like most of them always look. But what year did the Freelander first sell in the US? What year Freelander does Joe have? We're down to just one, an orange tractor. And it's right here. Appears to be an orange tractor. So on Friday night, they had a little organized night run. It was on the other side of the park that the four-wheel vehicles aren't allowed on. I guess it's like the motocross side. So we're in low range. As it turns out, fourth gear, 10 miles an hour, about all you got. So it's kind of neat seeing that end of it. And it was also very neat taking the series out at night. And even more neat seeing a D5 out on the trails. It's kind of an uncommon sight.
Driver, you're good. Clear. You don't need any spotting. Series truck. Keep turning. Keep turning. Oh. Watch him hit.
Shunt. Yeah, shunt. So it's the next day. I thought we completed the scavenger hunt. I mean, we did. We found this one yesterday. I swear, we were here. But what I was doing was taking a picture of the clues just so I could fill them out later. I mean, the series is a comfortable place to be, but it'd be nicer at a table. But I went through all of them. Somehow didn't have a picture of this one, but now we do.
Need a lot of tinkering for the most part. So I used to, when I had a series truck, really, you know, I like to use this in precarious little spots to hook around something. Effectively. We, on our bumpers, don't put them on our bumpers. And that's mainly because these...
And once again, they had an RTV course. If you watch the video of the Minnesota rally, they had 5 different sections with 12 gates each. The gates are made up of the PVC white poles. The idea is to make it through each gate without hitting the poles. And you have to do that without stopping and repositioning. So a nice, slow, constant speed is the ticket on this guy. Kind of a fun way to figure out a little bit of car control.
Oh, I got it! I got it! Oh, hell, you slid it. Boom!
Boom! Hit him all!
Right down the middle.
Might have got that one. Woo!
I know I do.
You
It's a zero.
You hit that one so centered I didn't see it.
They try to knock it down. They don't see it.
So John from the Center Steer podcast also came down to help volunteer at the event. He had typical Land Rover problems and ended up bringing his Volkswagen down. So since he made it all the way down from Pittsburgh, Ted let him use the series to make a go at the RTI. And I'd say he did pretty well, being he got second place.
Jeff to Scott. Yeah, I hear you. The series truck that John's driving is the last one. Sounds good? Copy, thanks. A lone grenadier looking for a home.
And right here is your RTI first place run by yours truly.
Got plenty of room on this side.
Does that sound humble enough?
All right, bring it, driver.
But I'd say there's probably a common denominator in first and second place. Both drivers used Ted's series.
More driver.
Both drivers
Okay, you good? Driver.
also had Ted navigating.
Oh. Hit one. Nope.
I knew I was gonna get it!
1.5 on this side, just so. I would hang it, driver. Smooth is fast. Cut it. Oh, you got it. Cut it. Of the RTV, which Jeff Harrison in his diabolical way has included tires, utility poles, all types of gnarly debris out there to make it fun for everybody. You can pick who goes on your team, who drives this course. You get one score. When we complete that, Ralph Sarek will step in and he's got the physical challenge.
So we're tied with 14 points, followed closely by 15 points with Rove 2.
That wasn't count?
See, I just saved everybody time.
And Gulf Coast just scored 12.
Yep. Still on the tire. Well, oh no!
Oh, and he pitched it back gate.
Well,
He didn't get enough air the first time. Smile for the camera.
You gotta get homie out of the trail here because he's gonna go down the
So for the physical challenge in the ANARC Cup competition, Ralph Sarek came up with this one. The team essentially had to back up, hook up to the trailer, take the trailer through a cone course similar to the RTV setup, come back the trailer in, and they had a target time. So faster than the target time didn't help, slower didn't help. Funny thing is, they didn't know the target time.
Stop. Time to stop.
4,000.
This is my mansion.
Oh yeah.
Can we hook this to something?
All right, ready?
Hang on, he's trying to...
One cone has been hit by the co-pilot.
You gotta help him, man. You're right there.
And right there, keep on going straight back, straight back, straight back.
They're very close to the rear cone. They've almost touched it.
Go!
Cone!
Cone.
Gentlemen.
Wheel tracks are just for safety purposes. No one needs that. Gotta love that diesel. I couldn't go on the outside. How many cones did I hit? Like 10?
Go forward and back up.
3!
Got one.
Forward? The holding, give me the truck forward.
Penalty. Moving closer to Trey.
Yeah, I thought I had to pull up. But you're right. I gotta wait for him to get this, otherwise it doesn't work.
Done.
Trailer to the national go! Narrow.
I still feel like he's just trying to pucker on it.
Yeah, he's going.
You can even figure out, yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, pull forward a little bit. Yep, you're good, go.
The way it's gotta be all the way down.
Oh,
And he hit the cone.
going all the way up.
Yeah. Come on, Greg.
Oh, man.
But you could have been helping me.
You may remember from Minnesota where Kip hung on a Toyota to move the spare tire. Well, this is the same team. If it doesn't say you can't do it in the rules, then you can do it. So Craig used a little leverage to help him.
Could use your help, please. Forward a little bit, all right, hang out. Take it. Pull forward just a little. Smart move. Can't find where he dropped the pin, though. Trying to help out our friend Greg. You got your camera right on it. You didn't catch Joe was trying to help you find it. Sorry. He's got the camera right pointing right this way.
I'm too dumb to figure it out, but thanks.
Well, got a penalty. Come on. You're looking good. All right. All right, keep it coming. Keep coming. A little more, another foot. Okay, wait. You want to hair forward. Go, Doug.
Done.
Yeah, everybody went to the wash station, right? Yeah.
So this thing has made it fine, but the day we start packing everything up, getting ready to head back, Ted just had to jump it to get it fired up. He said it's probably pissed. It has to go home. I agree. So being it's the first time we actually had one of the series out on the trails, we had to bring our little series specific special edition set 1947 underpowered hour little toolkit. Fancy, fancy. Not that I would ever expect this to break. Just adjustments. It's not repairs, it's adjustments. About 4 days on those guys is enough. The soft sandy soil makes the tent stake situation easier at least. But as I'm sure you saw, it has been a tad bit dusty this weekend. Frickin' coated. So we're just kind of packing everything up. We're gonna load the series back on the trailer and head back to Iowa. But for something that went down the road Monday night, for the first time in like 30, 40 years. Did 4/10 of a mile, loaded on the trailer Wednesday night. The little 2A did a fantastic job, and it was a fun weekend down in Alabama. Never been, might have to come back. I got the defroster going. Much better. Well, that's convenient. We just had breakfast with John. There was 0 cars in this parking lot beforehand. Plenty of room to get out, I guess. So it was definitely a fun extended weekend in Alabama. I want to thank all the guys at ANARC and Charles Bell for putting all the work in to make something like that happen. We finished the weekend off Saturday night with a catered-in shrimp and chicken dinner. That was delicious, along with the awards. See, here's the actual proof that your boy got first place in the RTV. Humble brag. Awful nice of Rovers North to donate that. We could definitely use that money here at the ranch. But not only did Rovers North help out making that event happen, you had Lucky 8 and Atlantic British as well. All 3 of those are always big supporters of the various Land Rover events throughout the country. Also, Ralph Sarek from Sarek was down there helping out. He gave a little recovery clinic and came up with the last physical challenge of the year. But no, on top of the awards, they also had the auction, once again, just like the Minnesota event. And once again, we got ourselves a rally control banner that will go nicely on the wall right next to our Minnesota one. They were also giving out Hot Wheels, and you got one of these if you answered one of the questions they were asking correctly. I must have got one right. Don't know what the question was, but I'm guessing it was probably something about a Freelander. But either way, it was neat being down in Alabama, and it was probably the perfect little terrain park to take Ted's series out for its first little blast. Mighty flat down there, different than our little driftless area along the Mississippi here. And I think it's been pretty dry lately, so the typical mud holes in that park weren't very deep. So it was a great time tooling around in that 66 2A. But either way, appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you subscribing, and we will catch you on the next one.